what's up and welcome back to my channel. It's been a while since I posted a video because lately, oh sorry, it's like a burp when the dogs bark. It's like ruff, ruff. Lately I've just been feeling kind of down, just not myself, not my happy normal self. I know it has a lot to do with, you know, Corona and staying inside, and it's really like affecting my mood. And I think that lately I've just been focusing so hard on keeping my behavior intact. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you don't. I always say that. I don't know why I always say that. I just always say, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But let me kind of explain. It's kind of like I'm internally frustrated with the situation. I have a lot of thoughts going in my brain, kind of like, okay, just because I have an illness, I have a house full of people that don't have an illness. The guilt that I feel for them having to live a lifestyle that I don't want them to live, you know, it makes me sad, you know. And I feel also just kind of like at some point we have to live our life, you know. And I've never lived my life in fear. Even being diagnosed, you're scared, you're terrified, but you gotta turn and face the fire and just walk through it. And then before you know it, you're on the other side. You know, coronavirus is not like that. We're gonna be stuck with this for a very long time. But at some point we have to make a decision. I'm talking about myself. I'm not talking about you guys or, you know, this is what you should do. No, none of that. I'm talking about personal, my own personal thoughts that I've kind of been dealing with is like, at some point we have to, my household has to live. You know what I mean? We have to create a life that we can actually have with this new situation put on top of us. And I kind of refer it back to when I got diagnosed with PH. You know, you're living your normal life, everything's fine, fabulous, you can go wherever you want to go, you can do whatever you want to do, and then all of a sudden there's a life-threatening thing on top of you, and now you have to find a new normal, you know. And so this is now, the virus has now made that situation happen for everybody, you know. And I think my new normal is filled with turmoil at this point because I still haven't made a decision on how I'm gonna live and how our family is gonna live and how, like, my husband, how he feels, how my children feel, and what's best for the collective of my house, not just me, you know. And I get it, like, I have PH, I'm a sick person, but at the same time I just feel like God will bless me, and when I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die when I'm gonna die, I guess. And it's like, if it's my time, it's my time. I'm not trying to be, you know, what's the word, ignorant about how I do things in my life, you know. I'm not going to the stores and stuff like that, but at the same time, when the virus put everybody in their house, initially I was like, okay, everybody, we're stuck inside, we can't go outside, nobody can come in, nobody can come out, nobody can do anything. And in the past few weeks, it's been like a week, 2 weeks, me and my husband have just really been having conversations, and we just kind of feel like we gotta learn to live our life. And I know it just sounds so bad when you say that, but it's just really what I've been going through on the day-to-day basis, and it's really brought my mood down. It's really made me feel sad, because there is no right way to deal with the situation. You can listen to what the government says, but the government says, oh, don't wear a mask at the very beginning, and now they're like, wear a mask, you know. And then they're like, change your mask every day, and then they're like, you can breathe it in, you can, you know, it stays on surfaces. There's all kinds of things, and you can really make yourself crazy just focusing on how to avoid the virus. And it's like, yes, you can do your best, wash your hands, keep things clean. We're still sanitizing all our groceries in this house, but I mean, we gotta find a new normal. We gotta live with this, you know. So that's really where my mindset has been in the past few weeks. It's just going over that, keeping my mood up, finding ways to elevate my mood even when I just really feel bad, I really feel upset. And my husband bought me a canvas, so I've been drawing to, like, I'm gonna create a painting and stuff like that to just channel energy outwards and not internalize it, you know what I mean? Because I, as the type of person that I am, can really internalize negative energy, and then, you know, I have to deal with it and manage that, and I have to find ways to channel that stress, that anxiety, those overwhelming thoughts, you know, because right now we all kind of feel helpless. I feel, you know, even though I'm a parent and I'm the mom of the household, it's like I still feel helpless because I don't know what the hell to do, you know. So we're going day by day, and I'm just finding things for myself to do to channel the negative energy. Like today, I got up and I put on this whole makeup situation, and I was like, you're gonna film a video, you're gonna do this. It's like shoving myself into doing shit that I don't want to freaking do, you know what I mean? And it sucks and it's hard, but I'm having to do that to just get to a place where I have a new normal, I guess. Does that make sense? No? Yes? Okay. Sorry, my daughter's back there. So.
Hi.
I don't know, does that make sense what I'm saying?
It does make sense, because I guess this is our new normal.
Yeah, and it's like my daughter, she's gonna be 20. And it's like, I'm not gonna have her living in this house like freaking Cinderella. You know what I mean? Like, no, you can't go to the ball. No, you can't do this. No, you can't do that. Like, what the hell? Like, you know what I mean? But at the same time, I'm not like, okay, run all over town and bring Corona back. You know, it's just, what do you do? What are the right answers to parent, you know, in this time right now? Also, too, like, I have 2 little ones. Well, they're not even little. They're like tweens, you know what I mean? And they're growing and learning and developing. And at the same time, I just feel like, oh, stay stuck in this house. You can't go anywhere. You can't do anything. That's gotta mess with their mind. You know what I mean? Like when you keep a dog too long in the house and then they go nuts, you know, or a house cat that's crazy, you know? I mean, I just think that we gotta like live. We gotta live. We gotta live, you know, and it's like a Hail Mary kind of, if it's your time, it's your time. But I just feel like this new balance, I'm still fucking messed up with it. Like it's still messing with my brain. And I haven't found balance yet. And I haven't found the right answers to tell people. And we're just like doing our best. What is it called, Starlet?
Treading water.
Yes! We're treading water. And not me, because I have PH. My ass is on the sideline. My family is treading water. But yeah, that's kind of like where my mind has been. And it's not been like, let me make a video. And like, you know, it's just, but I want to make a video because if you guys are dealing with these same things, you're not alone. I'm doing the same thing in my house, you know. I'm just so sick and tired of cooking meals. You have no idea. Mom, I'm hungry is the last thing I want to hear right now. It's crazy. I just feel like everybody's hungry like all the time. Like I've made my whole line of like food, from Mexican food to English food to other crap that I've never tried, and I make it and they're like, oh, I don't like this. And that's the worst freaking thing you can do as a mom, is like you make this new meal that you've never tried and it's relatively decent, you put it in front of your kids and they're like, ew, I don't like that. I'm so sick of the food situation. I'm sick of making the food and creating the snacks and all these things. And I get it, like, you know, it was fun the first 3 weeks. I'm going into my 3rd month of quarantine. Unlike regular people, they're like, what, 2nd month, Starlet?
Yes. Second
month, but whatever. I've been stuck in this house for longer, and I don't know what kind of freaking recipes to make anymore. So I'm done with that. But another thing I wanted to share is and this is like totally random and like totally off to the side and has nothing to do with what I'm talking about, but I have had pneumonia before. A lot of PHers deal with that, you know, because our immune system is so low, we catch anything really quickly. And it was coming home from Disney World, right? That's the one in Florida. Mm-hmm. Coming home from Disney World, I started coughing and it felt like a regular cold. I was just like, oh, I just have a cold. It's totally fine. You know, when I get home, I'll see my PCB and everything will be great. And it did not, like, sorry, I keep looking at my daughter because she laughed. It did not happen like that. I was normal, and it was like a wet cough, kind of like, oh, I got a wet cough. You know, I'm gonna see the doctor when I get home. And then it was like, I can't breathe. You know, it was just very quick, very rapid that it kind of overtook the body. And I remember was in the shower, and I never take a shower with my oxygen. I just peek out my head and like take deep breaths because, you know, the steam really affects how we breathe. So I just put my head out and take deep breaths. And then I was like putting my head out and taking deep breaths and nothing was happening. And I was like I still couldn't breathe. So I called my husband and he brought me my oxygen, and I had like my oxygen in the shower, which is like something I never do. So I didn't really know how to like handle that. So I was like rinsed off and like got out of the shower. And I was moving like a freaking Galapagos 100-year-old turtle because I couldn't catch my breath and I just could feel my body like exhausted. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna keep my oxygen on, and then tomorrow like we'll drive in and I'll be at home and like I'll see my doctor, because I was still trying to like hold on, you know what I mean? And I laid down that night like in the bed, and I felt the feeling. If you're a PHer and you've ever fainted before, you know the feeling. It's like the feeling right before you faint, where your whole body kind of goes like numb really quickly, and your stomach kind of like whoop, like, and then your brain's like, whoop, that's not normal. That happened, and I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna faint, you know? And I didn't faint. And I looked at my husband and I was like, okay, we need to call, you know, the ambulance. And it was so embarrassing. Rod, where were we?
Houston.
JW.
We were at the JW Marriott in Houston, and I had to call the ambulance like a little old lady in the middle of the night. It was so embarrassing. I was so embarrassed. It was like so bad. But anyway, I did not give a shit because I was like, something wrong is happening and I don't know what to do. And it was just very, very scary. And I got to the doctor, to the ER, and they took x-rays. They were like, you have pneumonia. Like, it was just instant. They knew what to do, and I got the bags of antibiotics, and I was in there for 7 days on the antibiotics, and my whole family had to go home. No, I think my in-laws came and picked up the kids, right? My in-laws came to Houston, thank God for them, picked up the kids, took them home so that they could be home for school, and my husband stayed with me in Houston. So we didn't make it. It was like 5 hours away from where we live, so we didn't make it home. I didn't make it home from Disney World. Even though it was the best trip of my whole entire life, I had the best time, and my kids, like, it was the most amazing, magical thing, but I didn't make it home. But anyway, I beat pneumonia, and it was a very scary experience, but it's something that I have experienced, and that I share with you guys because PHers can beat pneumonia. Even though it's very difficult and it's very scary, we can beat pneumonia. There's lots of people, I'm sure, in my Facebook groups that have, you know, had their bout with pneumonia and have beaten it. But it's just something I want to share because I think that you guys should know, if you're new to PH or you have PH and you've never had pneumonia, you can beat it, you know. I share that because I think that it's just a very powerful story when you know that somebody else has beaten something that you haven't gone through yet. And I remember when I first got PH, I looked for people living with PH, and I found, like, you know, my Facebook community and stuff like that, and it was so just inspiring, made me feel good, you know, that there's people living with it. And so I just want you guys to know you can beat pneumonia. And that's not the same as COVID. It's totally not, you know, but there's people out there beating it. And so, God forbid any of us get it. I pray that the whole world, you know, stays safe and stuff like that. But if we do, you know, I'm sure that, you know, we can do it, you know. I think I could do it, you know. So, I don't know. Finding a new balance has just been hard, and that's what my family is going through right now. So, sorry it's been a while that I haven't come and talked to you guys. I know, you know, I'm gonna, you know, make another video soon and stuff like that. It's just, I really needed to get my head in the right mind space to be able to make, you know, a good video for you guys. But thank you for watching my video. I'm your PH friend from Texas, and I will see you in the next one.